You ever have one of those days where you know you have a lot to do, but you didn't write it down, and so you go through the day just trying to remember all the different things that you have to do, and then you get bogged down in one thing, and you end up spending almost all of your time on it that you don't quite remember the other things that you're supposed to do. I've had one of those days. Um, ah, One of the things I'm working on not doing. Fill a word. I just did that. I had a late morning to begin with. Did my normal routine, as much of a routine as I have, which is breakfast and then reading the news, finding articles to clip, looking over my code on a project that I'd started about a week and a half ago, but haven't gotten back to yet, and that bothers me a lot. Realizing that I had some other things I needed to do, so I put that aside, fed the cat her treats, thought about what I was going to be making for dinner, I realized afterwards that I wasn't actually cooking today. We're just going to have leftovers. So that took care of itself. And this coming weekend is our Yacht Squadron's commissioning dinner, commissioning event. I'm helping out with that. There are a few tasks that were still outstanding, and I had to try to reconstruct a portion of some commitments that were made to find out who were the ones who made those commitments and then follow up with them to see whether or not those commitments are being followed through. So much of my afternoon was spent in long conversations with different parties in order to find out where things are for the commissioning dinner. And that took the better part of the afternoon. My wife had asked me to take care of some gardening. I had not done that. She also asked me to schedule haircuts for all of us. The three of us are going to be home on Thursday, and she wanted us to get haircuts on that day before we venture off on some other stuff. What else was there? Oh, and then there was a purchase of a new vacuum cleaner. The vacuum cleaner that we've had since we got married, which is over 25 years ago now, believe it or not. And it has withstood the test of time. However, when I say it's withstood the test of time, it means it's still running, but it doesn't mean that it's working as well as when we purchased it. So, that being the case, I had to go and buy a new one. I did that, got home, took care of dinner, been watching some TV and trying to figure out what I need to do for the program, as well as because this is an abbreviated week in a lot of ways, I am not going to be able to do a lot of things I wanted to do. So I need to take care of a few things tonight with regard to our program. The first email newsletter went out today that carries the links for the resources that we talk about in the episode. So last Friday's episode, an email went out. I would like to put out an email for each of the episodes that we've had where there has been no links posted. The nice thing is that when those newsletters get posted, they'll get posted onto the newsletter website, and then there'll be a permanent resource that anybody from the audience can go and look at. So that's what I like to get to. It's easier said than done. It's a little messy trying to put it together. I need to come up with a short summary for each of them. So, it's a little painful. So anyway, I got to spend some time doing that. I have a feeling that although I wanted to get them done 10 at a time per day, I don't think that's going to work. I think it's probably going to get maybe 2 or 3 out per day. And then tomorrow, there are 2 big meetings that are going on. One is a planning meeting for the Junior Sailing Association, the all instructor symposium that I organize. And tonight, oh, that's what I have to get done now, is I have to get the notes from the last meeting out to the participants of the committee, because we're having that meeting tomorrow. And somehow or the other, I have to also let our homeowners association know I won't be able to make our annual meeting. I'm on the nominating committee, and I expect that I should be there because I'm going to be having my planning meeting in the meantime. And tomorrow I am cooking. So it's going to be, it's going to be a mess. All right, that's it. I think I've accomplished meeting my goal for putting out an episode today, which is Monday, and I don't know what the date is. I want to say it's the 6th or the 7th of May, but I'll have to look back on that. All right, good night.